Hello guys, welcome back. So I'm explaining SAP project phase, right? When we talk about implementations, so during implementations, multiple phases are there, right? In the sense, entire implementation activities are going to be divided into certain phases. Those are called project phase. Now, so we are having like how many phases are there? So we are having two different methods actually. For implementations, we are going to apply certain strategy, certain method, right? So in that SAP has given two methods. So one is called ASAP and second one is called Activate. ASAP methodology and Activate methodology. ASAP methodology I have already explained in the sense this is the old one in the sense like if you talk about ECC version, right? So on ECC version, the entire implementation. Okay, just do one thing, guys. Let me close this one. Okay, so now here, just give me one more second. Okay, so now here, ASAP methodology, we have seen what are the activities are happening. In detail, I have explained because in Activate, it won't take much time. Okay, Activate is also quite similarities are there. So look at here, in Activate also we are having certain phases, right? So generally it is starting from okay, discover it is written guys, but discover is not the phase. In the sense here our involvement is not there. So if we talk about the actual Activate methodology, it is starting from this one: prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run. These are the phases which is there in Activate methodology. So sometimes people what do you say, add this discover also. So sometimes you can see like 6 pages are there, but mostly we are having 5 pages. So lots of consultant even they're saying that 5 pages are there, but some people they add this one also. So there should not be any confusion. Now, so starting from this prepare phase only, but the thing is, now the question is, what is the need of this methodology? What is the need of Activate methodology, right? So let me explain in details, guys. Now, here we all know that before Activate methodology, ASAP methodology was being used. Activate is happening here. This methodology is being used on S4 HANA implementations. Before that, ASAP methodology was being used for project implementations that already we have seen. What are the activity? What are the phases? Right? Okay. Now, here in ASAP methodology, there was certain pain points. Pain points means some you can say like pain points. I mean to say some problem was there, right? What was the pain point or problem, right? Now, so I'll tell you. See, generally what happened in in ASAP methodology, we spent around let's suppose almost 2 months, maybe 2 months or two. What to say? 2 to 3 months we are going to spend where for blueprint around 2 months on an average. Okay. Okay, so I was just explaining here this pen points. Okay. So now we spend around 2 months where in blueprint phase, right? Business blueprint phase. What for? To understand the business process, right? Okay. See, I'll tell you. Generally, what happened if we talk about okay here in blueprint phase, what is happening? First of all, so we are going to have discussion with the client. Okay, we need to know what activity, what all activity is being done by those people, right? So client will say that okay, let's suppose we are performing total. Finance team is able to perform like total 20 activity. Okay, is done by finance team, and based on that, they are able to fetch some 50 different kind of reports. Okay, reports. So this is what they have explained. Let's suppose, so a document. Okay, so we can say like you just do one thing. You prepare a document and share all these details, like what all activities are being done by you people. So they will prepare a document. They are going to specify in Excel sheet or like let's suppose Word document, whatever it is. That document will be sent by those people. That document is called as is document. As is document. As is means what guys? As is means whatever the activities. These are the activity as of now. So that is called as is document, where 10 activity and 50 reports. It is there in this is happening in their legacy system. What next? So based on this one, whatever as is document we have received, based on that, you as a consultant, you have to prepare another document that is called to be document. So in to be document, we are saying that we can deliver 19 activity, and based on that, you will be able to fetch 100 different kind of reports. Okay, 100 different kind of reports. So to be document means this is what our deliverable. To be means what exactly we are going to deliver. This is as is means at present these are the activity happening. To be means in future, right? You guys will be able to perform only 19 activity, but 100 or 200 different kind of reports you guys will be able to fetch. Whatever the difference is there between as is and to be of one activity, right? That is that is called gap, right? And a final document is prepared that is called blueprint document. So look at here, guys. In blueprint phase, how much time it is taking place? It is taking place too much time. Now, first of all, we need to understand their activity, right? And they in the sense like we ask like these are the activities, like you tell us what are the activities are happening. So multiple discussion happened. Finally, they prepared a document also and they sent. Then after we are going to prepare to be document that is going to be sent to the client, right? So in blueprint phase, what is happening, guys? Almost we have spent 1.5 months or 2 months for what? To understand the as is and to be whatever these things are there. As is means whatever is there right now in the organization, and to be means in future whatever we are going to deliver, right? So as is and to be. Now, what about these discussions? All the theoretical discussions are happening, isn't it? All theoretical discussions, nothing practical here. And in blueprint document, what is happening in blueprint phase? Simply theoretical discussions, document preparations, all these things are happening, right? BBP sign off is also taking place. So now this is what is happening in ASAP methodology. Okay. Now, what is the benefit of Activate? So, guys, now in SAP Activate methodology, SAP system will be ready from day one, right? And SAP consultant means you people conduct multiple workshop. Okay, so you guys are going to conduct multiple workshop, and SAP server will be ready from day one. See now here, when I say SAP system, it doesn't mean that complete SAP server setup, guys, right? When I say SAP system, it means the trial version of SAP. It is also called sandbox. Okay, the trial version of SAP just for testing purposes, right? So that test version, you can say trial version of SAP, it is also called sandbox. So that will be ready. Okay, now that is going to be ready. Now, again, somebody is calling. Just give me 2 more seconds, guys. Sorry for inconvenience. Okay, so SAP trial version will be ready, and the trial version is called sandbox. Okay, now, so here what I said, that SAP consultant will conduct multiple workshops. So the question is, what is this workshop? right? Now, see, I'll tell you guys, workshop means explaining the end-to-end scenario, right? And particularly to who? To the customer. We are going to explain end-to-end scenario, right? To the customer directly. Now here, say for example, we are having like P2P process. So P2P process means end-to-end scenario means starting from where? First of all, we can show how to create PO in SAP, right? How the GR is going to be posted. In the sense like, let's suppose first of all, purchase order is supposed to be sent to the vendor, right? So purchase order we have to set up. So in SAP, how the purchase order is going to be created. Then vendor will deliver the goods. So how the goods receipt will be posted into system, right? Once the goods are received, then how the invoice will be sent by how the invoice receipt will be posted into system, right? And then finally how to post the payment in the system, SAP system. What about the accounting entry? Which accounting entries are taking place? These all things can be shown practically. See, I'll tell you guys, these workshops are called fit gap analysis. Okay, it is called fit gap analysis. Now, see, I'll tell you, on Activate, multiple videos are available on internet. Understanding means, of course, it is creating some issues when you guys are watching the videos and all. Lots of technical terms are being used. So here I'm explaining the things. Okay. So fit gap analysis, right? So what is this fit gap analysis? The workshop which is being conducted by consultant. And in workshop generally what is happening, guys? We are showing the end-to-end process to the client practically instead of theoretical explanations. In blueprint, all the theoretical explanations are there that we are going to deliver this, let's suppose P2P process where these are the activities are happening, right? The client is having just vague information in the sense like client is not, see, when you talk about blueprint phase, we you said that we are going to deliver cash journal, we are going to deliver automatic payment program related activity, APP. This is one functionality. Dunning is another functionality. But what about the client? The client is not at all confident and the client is not having any information whatever we are saying because they don't know about SAP. They don't have much idea about the SAP system. So right now simply theoretical discussions are happening and that is the reason on blueprint sign off it takes time because they are not confident because they haven't seen the product till now. A theoretical discussions are happening and we are promising that we are going to deliver these things based on a blueprint only, right? It's just like the builders selling the what do you say entire building just based on the blueprints that you make the payment right now and after 2 years the buildings are going to be constructed and we are going to hand over the final positions, right? Okay. So the same thing was happening in ASAP methodology, but in Activate methodology, now here what is happening, guys? We can conduct multiple workshop where we can show these activities, right, to the client practically. Practically, we can see, we can show. Okay. So now this workshop is called fit gap analysis. Okay. Now, so as I said, like here we are showing end-to-end scenario to the customer. Now the question is how to show this end-to-end scenario to the customer, right? See, I'll tell you. Here, SAP has provided a best practice system where all the configurations are already done. Okay, a trial version will be there of SAP, and there what is happening, guys? All the configurations. In the sense, let's suppose we can say a dummy company code, right? Or a reference company code. In the sense, a reference configurations are given. SAP has given like what to say one reference configurations where what is happening like all the configurations are already there, all whatever the required things are there that is already given by SAP, isn't it? So we can make use of that. Okay, so where all the configurations are already done in the trial version which is given by SAP. Now see, if let's suppose talk about, like, let's suppose P2P. So how the P2P is going to work here in SAP system? Earlier in blueprint phase, we were just explaining theoretically only. And right now what is happening? We can show practically that look at here. This is how we can create purchase order. This is how we can post goods receipt. This is how we can post invoice receipt. And this is how we can process the payment to the vendor. So guys, now when you create a purchase order, so for purchase order is going to be created. For purchase orders, certain configuration must be available into SAP. Purchase order will be created for a particular plant, a particular what do you say, this one, purchase organization supposed to be there, a particular storage location supposed to be there, a particular material master supposed to be there, right? These all configurations must be there into SAP. So the question is, what about these configurations? We haven't done anything yet, right? So that's the reason what I have written, what I am saying here, that in this trial version, that is also called, it is given by SAP, that is called best practice system, where like all the configurations are already done. It is given by SAP, right? All the required configurations are there. All the required master data are there, right? So what we have to do, we just need to process the end user activity, right? We just need to process the end user activity. Okay. So now the question is, okay. So now here, where to process this all end user activity, right? So I already said, guys, that SAP has given a trial version, right, where we can like activate the best practices based on country. Let's suppose this like best practices based on country, in the sense like, let's suppose India is there, US is there, UK is there. For every country, what is happening, guys? The SAP has given already, the dummy data are already available, where practically you can show that this is how PO is going to be created into SAP. This is how goods receipt will be posted into SAP. This is how invoice receipt will be posted into SAP. So I'll tell you guys, in a simplest way, in blueprint phase, we were having all theoretical discussions. Now here in activate methodology, SAP says that why to go for theoretical discussions and why to spend too much time for that? Why not to show practically itself to the client that look at here, this is how this activities are being performed here in SAP. This is how cash related transactions are going to be posted here in SAP. This is how tax related transactions will be posted into SAP. So in order to show these all things, first of all, we must be having certain configuration into system. So a dummy data and dummy configurations are already given by SAP. So we can make use of that configurations and we can show these activity. Okay. This is what the benefit. Okay. Now see. Okay. So again, and here like SAP has delivered certain documents also, that is called best practice document. Okay. Now the question is like, document means what? Let's suppose if the for India, right? For that, which data? In the sense for India, let's suppose which company code they have to use, which master data they have to use. So all the data will be there. A document is also given by SAP, right? We can make use of those documents and we can refer the documents so that we will come to know about all the configurations and data which is given by SAP. Now, so we can download those documents. We are having like, I think best practice explorer is there. From there, we can download the documents, those documents and all. Okay. Now, so here we are going to show end-to-end process practically, right? And we are asking the customer's feedback that look at here, this is how the posting is happening. Now you tell us whether you are fine with this or not, right? So if the customer is saying that yes, it is okay, it means this is it's fitting in the business requirement. And if the customer says that no, it's not okay, we need some changes, like some changes are required, right? So that is going to be considered as a gap. If customer is not satisfied and if they need some changes in that, so that is considered as a gap, right? So now here what is happening, guys? This is called fit gap analysis, right? Fit gap analysis. I'll tell you now, whatever explanations I have given here, the most simplest thing is that now here SAP has already given a trial version. In that, all the configurations will be there. Not for Tata Motor, SAP has given their own example. Let's suppose all the configurations will be there, all the required details will be there. Now in blueprint, whatever discussions were happening theoretically, now we can show practically that this is how it is happening. You tell us now, are you okay with this cash journal? Yes, we are okay. It's okay. Then we are going to perform the configurations and we will deliver this. What about, let's suppose, Dunning? Are you okay with this? Yes, we are okay. We can show practically, right? So this is how. So here what is happening, guys? Whatever time we have spent in blueprint phase for preparing the document and all these discussions, at least those time we can save. That time we can save, right? So generally what is happening, if we talk about this activate methodology, certain phases are there starting from discover. So discover phase means generally this is the phase where the client or customer realize that there is a need for a solution to satisfy their business pain points. I mean to say, let's suppose Tata Motor is there. So at certain point of time, Tata Motor, of course, they will realize that okay, if we are using Tally or if we are using a different ERP right now, it is having some limitations, right? So of course they are having certain problem. With the help of Tally, they are not able to fetch several different kind of reports, isn't it? So that is called their pain points, right? Now, so in this, so it means now, so they have discovered their pain points, that these are the problem with Tally and how to solve these problems. And also, of course, we have to go for a bigger platform, a software, an ERP, which is bigger than Tally. So which one is there? Of course, SAP, Oracle, right? So they will go for this one now. So look at here. Hence, start looking out for right SAP solution. For right solutions in the sense for SAP, right? So they are going to look out certain options, in that they decided to go for SAP. Here in discover phase, what will happen? Customer may apply for a trial version or trial solutions if required to check out the features and functionality. So now SAP trial version is also available, where people they can make some experiment, they can check how this SAP is going to work out, right? So they may apply for this trial version also, trial solutions also, to check out the features and functionality. This discover phase will help the client to consider and experience SAP S/4HANA before starting a project to implement. It means earlier, what is happening, guys, in ASAP methodology, in the sense in ECC version, they were not having this kind of functionality, that before starting this implementation itself, they will be having some idea that whether it is good or bad. Right now what is happening, at least SAP is offering that okay, you can apply for a trial version, right? You can apply for this trial version, you can use it for few days and then you see, right? So look at here, discover phase will help the client to consider and experience SAP S4 HANA before starting a project to implement. Initially itself, they can have some experience on this and then they can decide whether they want to go for this or not, right? Once they have decided, then they can invite certain IT companies and those people are going to do the implementations. So look at here, guys. By the end of this project, customer finalize to go ahead with SAP solution, and they will move to the next phase where the actual implementation's life cycle started. So the question is, what about this discover phase? Edit the What about our involvement here? Your involvement is not there in discussion. Whatever the things are done, it is done by client only, na? They have made all the experiments about SAP. They have checked each and everything. They have used, like, let's suppose, trial versions and all, and after that they have decided to go for this SAP. So in discover phase, what is happening, guys? Our involvement is not there. That is the reason I have not kept discover phase as a part of activate. In the sense, like, in activate we are having 5 phases, isn't it? So activate 5 phases are there. This discover phase means here the client has realized that they need an ERP, a bigger platform. So in discover phase only their involvement is there. Our involvement is not there. So look at here. By the end of this phase, customer has realized that they need SAP solution, right? And they will move to the next phase where the actual implementation life cycle is started. So once they finalize, then of course we are going to move to the next phase where the actual implementations are going to be started. Once they decided completely whatever formalities and everything are done, then now actual implementations are going to be started from here. Prepare phase. What is happening in prepare phase, guys? It is just like the project preparations of ASAP methodology, right? Now, whether it is ASAP methodology or activate methodology, we have to implement SAP for Tata Motor. The only thing is, like, in ASAP methodology, lots of theoretical discussions were happening. At that point of time, client were not having that much, like, SAP was not giving that much flexibility to check each and everything initially itself. But now here in activate methodology and is in S4 HANA version, what is happening? SAP is saying that you can check the system before implementations also. You can take the trial version access and you can make some experiment. So once they have done the experiment, once they finalize that yes, everything is fine, then who will implement this SAP? They cannot do. So of course they have to invite certain ID company, right? Certain SAP consultant. So those people only will perform this implementations. So when they have to perform the implementations, the first question is, what should be the team size? What about the team member? So whatever activities were being happened was being done in ASAP methodology. Again, the same thing is happening here in prepare phase also. So it is just like ASAP methodology here. Project is initiated. Define project manager is going to define a project plan for every phase, how much time they are going to spend, and multiple other things. Okay, so project team setup, of course, this is what is happening in project preparation phase of ASAP methodology. The same thing is happening here also. Arrange the demo server to carry out the workshop, right? And here one more thing will be there. A demo server supposed to be arranged, right, to carry out the workshop. Okay, so demo server arrangement is happening in the first phase itself. Second, explore. Explore means what? Fit gap workshop will be conducted. Fit gap workshop means what, guys? What I have explained. So now here we have removed, in the sense SAP has removed business blueprint phase, right? In business blueprint phase, we are going to prepare a document, right? And there we are going to specify that these things are deliverable and these things are non-deliverable, right? Lots of things we have to specify in a document. That document is called blueprint document. Now here what is happening? SAP is saying that no, no need to go for theoretical discussions and all. Go for practical discussions, right? And conduct this fit gap workshop. So one by one, process by process, let's suppose discussions are happening. That this is the cash journal topic. Look at here. This is how the transactions are getting posted in cash journal. right? So are you okay? If they said yeah, okay, it means that is fitting in their requirement. And if they says that no, this is not okay, we want some other field should appear here and we want to give so and so information in that. So there is a gap, right? So whether it is fitting, right? Whether it is fitting in their requirement or if they need any modifications, that is called gap. So fit gap analysis, where it is happening in explore phase, right? And we have to conduct this workshop, guys. Workshop means we are showing the end-to-end activity, that this is how vendor invoice will be posted. This is how customer invoice will be posted into SAP. So here, look at here, the customer or client will be more, what to say, confident because they are able to see the system, right? And in the sense, they are going to feel it that, okay, these are the details we have to fill up. If they want to add anything, they are going to propose those things and all. So in explore, generally explore has replaced this blueprint. In blueprint, theoretical discussions are happening. Right now in explore, what is happening, guys? Fit gap workshop means practically we are showing the things. Okay, so first of all, prepare, then we are having explore instead of blueprint. Explore, and third one is realize. Realize means what is happening, guys? Realize is nothing but a realization. What we have done in realization, guys? So realization means, look at here, I have specified similar to realization phase. In realization phase, configuration, right? Then testing. When I say testing, which kind of testings are there, guys? Anyone?
Unit testing and integration testing.
Any other test?
Integration testing and unit testing.
Okay.
UAT will come in deploy, run, right?
Ah. So yes, three kind of testings are there, but two testings are coming in realize, another one is coming in deploy, you can
Yes,
say, or it's like
deploy.
in realize itself, it is coming, right? See, generally what happened, it is like if you talk about the activity in real time, what happened, guys? Whatever activity I'm saying, in real time, it's very difficult for you to understand. Like you won't be knowing that when the realization phase came and when the deploy phase came, right? Or else earlier also, when you talk about here, so in real time, you won't be knowing like when the blueprint is finished and when realization is started and final preparation is started, isn't it? See what happened. Let's suppose in business blueprint, what happened? Certain discussions are happening. At the same time, we started configurations also, and at the same time, we started some testing also, right? And since just noise is coming, guys, anyone is having any question? Okay, Manjula, just be on mute. And I think your webcam is on, so you just off this webcam. Okay, because webcam means like the pictures will appear, isn't it? And sometime it may come in recording also. Okay, so here what I'm saying, so so in blueprint discussions are happening. Meanwhile, we can start the what do you say configurations also, isn't it? Blueprint sign off is not done, but still people have started the configurations. And so configurations, let's suppose if we have configured one, we can test it also. And if we found it's fine, then discussions are happening. But still, core team member is sitting, let's suppose, Arey, are you just do one thing, this is done, so why not to perform the testing for this? So look at here, guys. We are in all three phases. Phase number two, phase number three, and phase number four. Right? On blueprint also certain points discussions are happening. Meanwhile, we did some configurations also and we have tested also. And UAT in the sense we invited the core team member saying that can you test this one? So let me finish at least if you're okay with this. Right? So in real time, generally what happened, these are the what is say methodology given by SAP that this is how we have to follow. Once the first phase is over, then only we have to go to second phase, and once it is done, then third phase. But in real time, generally Everything's are happening in the sense like sometimes we are in second phase also, third phase also, and fourth phase also, right? So again, in realization, what is happening? Configurations and testing. Testing means UT and IT, unit test and integration test. Deploy. Deploy is nothing but final preparation, same as final preparations. Whatever activity we have done in final preparations, guys, the same activities are going to happen here in deploy phase also. That is the reason in ASAP I have explained everything in detail. So again, same thing is not going to be repeated here because the video is going to be lengthy, right? So what we have done in deploy phase, if you are not able to remember, then as I said, like same as final preparations, the previous session, I have already explained this final preparations. You can watch it. So what are the activity here in deploy phase, guys?
User acceptance test, then cutover activities like data migration will happen
Okay.
from the if legacy system exists.
Uh-huh. Okay. So yes, user acceptance test is happening. Cutover activities are taking place, right? Trainings are taking place. Certain documents we have to hand over to the clients. Configuration documents you have to hand over. Apart from this, what? User manual you have to hand over. So these all activities are happening in final preparations. Similarly, the same thing is happening here in deploy phase also. The same thing, right? What next? Run. Run is nothing but go live, right? So look at here. If you talk about activate and ASAP, what is the difference? There is only one difference. That in ASAP, what is happening, guys? Theoretical discussions are too much. Where we have spent lots of time, almost 2 months we have spent, right, on theoretical discussions, and we have prepared the blueprint. And when finally, what we have done? We have done the configurations, we are performing the testing, and then finally we are inviting client also to test, isn't it? So why not to invite the client initially itself that look at here because SAP has already given certain dummy configurations. So on that itself, why not invite client that you just do one thing, you test it, let's have a look. Is it fine? If they say it's okay, now that's fine. We can do the required configurations. So earlier, whichever activity was taking too much time, now because of activate methodology, it is not taking that much time, right? So this is what the benefit. So here in activate methodology, what is happening? Look at here, prepare in ASAP, that is called project preparations. Here in activate prepare phase. In ASAP methodology, we are having business blueprint where theoretical discussions are happening. Here in explore phase, what is happening, guys? Fit gap analysis. It means we are showing the things, activities practically into SAP system, right? And based on that, we are doing the fit gap analysis. It means whether the requirement is fitting it for that organization or not. And if it is not fitting, right, it means that is called gap. So whatever small changes are recommended by client, that we have to do, that we can note it down. And in our configurations, we have to address those things, right? Okay. And then realize means all the configurations, the way we have done the configuration and testing in ASAP methodology, the same thing we have to do here. And deploy means the way we have done the final preparations, the same thing is happening here in deploy phase in activate methodology. Run is nothing but go live. So where is the change? 5 phases there, 5 phases here also. The first phase is same, third, fourth, fifth, everything is same. Of course, in second phase, some changes are there where the second phase means all discussions were happening theoretically. We have to prepare a document, and right now, what is happening, guys? No need to do anything. Simply, we are going to show these things practically, and then we can say that it's okay. If you're okay for this configurations, confirm it. They will, right? So we are able to save lots of time. So if you talk about the difference between activate and ASAP, there is a difference in second phase only, right? Blueprint preparations are not required. That is what the difference. or is like almost whichever the steps are there, every steps are same. There is no much differences. So I don't think guys that you will be having any problem to understand the activate methodology. As I said, ASAP is nothing but activate. Same activities are there in ASAP methodology, same activities are there in activate methodology also, right? The only difference is this blueprint phase is there in ASAP, this blueprint is not there in activate methodology. Okay, so this is all about this activate methodology, guys, methodology, and this is all about the project phases, right? ASAP is there on ECC version, activate is there on S4 HANA version. In activate methodology, generally what happened, the trial version will be available initially itself. SAP has already given lots of dummy data, dummy configurations, dummy setup. With the help of that, now what is happening, guys, we can show the system to the client initially itself. Practically we can show the things and all, so that the client will have a look. They will feel, if they feel that yes it is enough to meet their requirement, we can proceed further for the next setting, next configurations, in the sense next testing. And if they says that no, there is no there is still problem, then we can note down their problem, and when the actual configuration is started, there we are going to address these things and all. Okay, so that's all, guys. That's all here in this project phase. So that's all in this session. That's all for today.